guys. Hurry up.
Oh, James! Don't fall.
Shut up, Amanda.
Okay, guys, let's calm down. It was just a joke.
Shut
up, Kevin.
Don't worry about them, Kevin. They just like to fight.
Yeah, you're right, Christine.
Aren't I always?
Will you listen to me?
What?
James!
What?
Will you just...
What?
Damn it, James!
Hey! So what's up with you guys?
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing. Aren't you a tutor or something these days?
Oh, well, yeah, sometimes.
What do you tutor?
Usually math or science.
Well, science. What's your favorite class?
Chemistry.
Chemistry? That class was so hard.
Not really.
Christine, are you for real?
You guys, what I miss?
Oh, nothing. Christine was just about to tell us all about chemistry.
What?
Chemistry?
Well, Christine, I think you've upset him.
He hasn't even heard my grade yet.
Wait, what did you finish with?
A 100, a perfect score.
What?
That's crazy.
Jeez, Christine, how'd you manage to get that?
Well, do you guys want to hear something that happened to me the other day?
Not really.
Shut up, James.
Make me.
Anyway,
Amanda, I realized that he's being kind of annoying, but did you really have to make him run after that hat?
it keeps him active.
Can't argue with that.
So, what were you just about to tell us?
So I'm in this show right now.
What's it called?
It's a play called Intermission.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, the director likes to write his own stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so anyway...
Well, don't stop on my account.
Anyway, there's some real geeks in the cast, and we were talking about this new thing they've developed, some kind of artificial intelligence thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, apparently it's really simple now, you know, like turns lights on and off, dials 911, that kind of thing. But they're trying to get it to do really complicated things around the house.
Like a smart house?
I mean, I guess. I'm not really sure. I'm certainly no expert.
Imagine that, a house controlled by AI.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why would you need that?
Well, imagine, what if you're really busy or rushing to get all your simple chores done? You could save so much time by just delegating the house to do it for you. Don't have time to clean? Just command the house to clean itself.
Yeah, that does sound pretty useful.
And on top of that, if the house were completely autonomous, you wouldn't even have to tell it to clean all the time. It would just do it. No effort on your part at all.
Still, what if the house cleans, but it cleans differently than you? What if, after the house cleans, you can't find any of your stuff? It'd be like having your parents clean your room, but you can't ask them where they hid anything.
He kind of has a point.
Well, I imagine that one would be able to program it to clean after his or her standards, right? I mean, that's the whole point of a computer. You program it so it does what you want.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but we're talking about something that does more than just clean, right?
Oh, yeah, they say when it's done, it's supposed to be able to cook, clean, play music, and pretty much run any electrical appliance in your house, in addition to the things that it can already do. And it can manage your security system.
Really? I don't think I'd trust my house to manage security.
And why not? I mean, we have electronic sensors and whatnot. Those things are basically little computers that manage security.
Yeah, but they only call the police if there's a problem. They can't just put your whole house on lockdown.
But what if someone tried to break into your house?
What if?
Well, wouldn't you want the house to be able to lock itself down? If not to prevent the potential burglar from getting in, at least to prevent him from leaving before the cops arrive?
That's not the point.
Then what is the point?
James, now you're just trying to be annoying.
Am not.
R2.
Are not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Sorry about that, Christine. I didn't realize how annoying that would get him.
Don't worry about it, Amanda. We all know James can be a little weird about certain things.
Besides, the little devil's advocate never hurt anyone.
That's true.
So since we're on all about this computer stuff, I read this really interesting article the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was about this translating device. The tech guys who were working on it taught her to understand English, then translate to German, and then English to Korean.
Really?
Wait, I haven't even gotten to the weird part yet. When they tried to get it translate from German to Korean, it was able to without using English as a bridge.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Apparently the scientists think that the computer developed its own language that could translate between other languages without using English as a bridge between them.
Amazing.
I know, right? Think about it. Computers have their own language that we can't understand.
What?
Oh, nothing. Kevin was just telling us about these scientists that think they've discovered a secret computer language.
Like coding?
No, like speaking. There was this translating computer that could translate between two languages without using a known language as a bridge between them.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just saying how crazy it is to think that computers are talking about us behind our backs.
Well, with artificial intelligence, it's not completely out of the question.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
That is wildly out of control.
What do you mean?
You'd be okay with computers gossiping about you.
Why not? It's not like people don't already do it.
Yeah, but it's computers. Robots. Doesn't that seem a little sinister to you?
No, not really.
I don't know, Christine. That does seem a little weird.
Why? I mean, it's just like having another person in your house.
Except they are your house. You know, going back to that AI-controlled home thing, wouldn't it be able to make decisions and stuff all by itself?
Well, yeah, naturally,
And how would you interact with it? Voice command?
I suppose.
Then that brings up something else entirely. Spying. What if someone was listening to what you said to the house?
Someone as in...
Terrorists?
Criminals?
The government?
Whoa. Government spying? Is that why you're so paranoid about this?
Well, it's not just that.
I'm pretty sure that stuff would be privatized. There'd be way too much money in the tech to just give the government free access to it.
So maybe they don't have unlimited access to everything I say. But someone has to. If not the government, then who? The private companies? They would just sell the information to the government anyway.
Well, who said anything about recording everything you say?
Oh, well, I was just thinking that the House of Speakers would have to be constantly active or on to be able to immediately recognize a voice command. And if the speakers are on, that means that they're recording. So my question is, where do those recordings go?
Wouldn't it just stay in its house, like in its memory banks?
Yeah, like phone storage.
I don't know. That would be a lot of information to store locally.
Exactly. Which means it either sends it somewhere or uploads it to...
The cloud.
Right, the cloud.
So what, all that stuff would just be out on the internet?
Well, what if you say weird or embarrassing stuff, then people can just go online and see it?
Well, I imagine that it would be linked to a private server operated by the company.
But private servers can be hacked.
What do you have to be so pessimistic about, James?
You guys want to hear a funny story?
Okay.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay, so there's an engineer, and his boss asked him to figure out a way to make things more efficient around the workplace. So the engineer looks around and sees all his coworkers holding their backs. He asks one of them, "What's wrong?" "It's my chair," she says. "It's so uncomfortable." So the engineer invents a new type of chair, one that is much more comfortable for everyone. "That's better," his boss says. "But we need more." So the engineer looks around and sees all of his coworkers constantly getting up to get a drink of water. He asks one of them, "What's wrong?" "It's the computer," he says. "I can't drink water near it because it'll break if I spill my drink." So the engineer invents a special waterproof casing for all the electronics so that everyone can keep their drinks at their desks. Still not satisfied, his boss demanded more innovations. So the engineer looks around, but he can't find anything to help with. So it dawned upon him that he should create something to fix his problem. So the engineer creates a device that watches his coworkers, assesses their needs, and then creates the solutions to them. When he told his boss, he got fired. "But why?" the engineer asked. "After all the work I put in, I finally got the results you wanted. Why are you firing me?" The boss replied, "Our chairs are fixed, our computers are waterproof, and we have the machine that does your work for free. What do we need an engineer for?"
Are you trying to tell us something, James?
What do you mean?
That whole thing with the engineer, that's a double meaning, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Oh, shut up.
I don't know, but it seems to me like the engineer almost did his job too well.
That's exactly it. The more he did, the more useless he became.
With every innovation, he became more and more obsolete.
When he made things as easy as they can be, he found himself to be completely useless. The better he tried to make things, the worse things became for himself.
Well, so what?
Think of it this way. We, the people, are the engineer. We're constantly trying to find ways to mechanize, to innovate. And when doing so, we're taking the human aspect out of everything. With machines that can think and do just about anything for us, what will we be bringing to the table? In a sense, we're facilitating our own passage into obscurity. We'll become useless nobodies who don't do anything because, well, they don't have anything to do. We'll essentially become obsolete.
You know, James, I disagree. I don't think it's as easy as all that. I think humans will always be able to come up with something else. I mean, it's in our nature, right?
Is it, Christine? Think of any innovation ever. What was it made for? To make life easier, whether it was for everyone or just a select few. Innovation's number one goal has always been to make life easier.
Well, naturally. I mean, that's what it's all.
Now hold on a minute. Don't you think that there must be some point in life where it's so easy that it can't get any easier? What if, like the engineer, we'd had some kind of device that makes life so easy that we didn't have to do anything to make it easier?
Well, I suppose that it's possible.
And isn't that the end game? Hasn't it always been the end game? Where can you go when you can't go any further?
I don't know.
Consider this. A device capable of maximizing the ease and efficiency of any environment. A thinking machine run by a complex artificial intelligence. After analyzing the information presented to it, it works in tandem with other similar devices around the world, creating a network of artificial thought and innovation. As mankind becomes more and more obsolete, they soon turn into just another thing taking up space. Well, something that takes up space, but does nothing. It's not efficient. So, what would be the logical conclusion for a machine that is designed to maximize inefficiency?
Are you saying that computers would try to eliminate humans?
It's a logical conclusion, and computers are all about logic. Aren't they, Christine?
Okay, I'll admit, you've made some pretty good points on this, James, but I just don't see how your little nightmare scenario would come to fruition. At the end of the day, it's the humans that program the AI.
Granted, but just how far does that programming go?
What do you mean?
Well, if you were raising a child, you could give that child orders, you could train them to do certain things, and help them develop certain habits, right?
Right.
But there's no doubt that that child can think and act on its own, right?
Right.
Well, when you're talking about creating artificial intelligence, you're talking about creating a robotic child. One that can be programmed to do certain things and have certain habits, but ultimately thinks and decides things for itself.
Whoa.
So let me ask you this. Would you trust someone, a complete stranger, to cook, clean, use appliances, and manage the security of your home for you?
Of course not.
Then why would you trust an AI?
But an AI is not a person.
What defines a person? Someone who can think. Isn't independent thought the whole purpose of an AI?
I've never thought about it like that.
Damn, James, I guess you've beaten the infallible Christine.
Not beaten, just contended with. Her arguments were as valid as mine. Christine simply chose to be a technological optimist.
But, well,
Well, James, I think you've upset her.
Have I? Well, let's talk about something else then. What do you guys think about that new dinosaur movie that just came out?
The one where the cowboy travels back in time?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it, and it sounds awful.
Are you kidding? It was amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
James is right. It was pretty amazing.
And the scene where the guy's riding the...
Well, don't spoil it for me.
I thought you weren't going to see it.
Well, I mean, I might have to now, since everyone thinks it's so amazing and all.
Really? Then I'll go with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Christine?
I'm in.
I have to warn you though, Amanda. There's this one part where...
I told you not to spoil it for me.
But why?
Because.
Because why?
Because I said so.
Why'd you say so?
Shut up, James!
Make me. That was uncalled for.
James, get back here!
I guess we should go before they start killing each other, huh?
You're probably right.